Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching The Walking Dead episode 6. This is the first episode in the post Rick Grimes era, which is very weird. It's still weird to say that. It was even weird watching the episode without Rick involved. I'm glad that he's still alive, but these characters are treating it like he's dead. So it's been 6 years. They did a 6-year time jump, which is huge. Major changes, major difference. You see Michonne at the very beginning, and she has a memorial thing for Rick, and she's talking to him, and you're seeing the day-to-day life, basically, of her and some of these people. And I think this is a great chance for Michonne to step up and be the main character, to be the lead of this show. She's earned it. We've been with her, so it's not a hard transition. I think this actress can carry the show if they give her the chance. And you see Judith, who I guess she decided to bring these survivors over to Alexandria because she has the hat, so she can make decisions like that, right? Well, you see that Alexandria has a committee now, and they all vote on whether or not to keep this group here. And it was interesting to have them all tell their story. I was waiting for the old questions of how many people have you killed, how many walkers have you killed, but we didn't get that. No, we just got who were you beforehand, who are you now. One of these actors of the new survivors is Dan Fogler, which I find interesting because I literally, before watching this episode, I watched for the first time Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him, and he's in that movie. And I talked a lot about how much I liked that he wasn't as jokey in that film. So I liked even more so how serious he was here, how down to earth he was here. He just felt like a guy. So I think he might end up being one of my favorites of this new group. But I also like Magna, I think is the character's name. She's played by Nadia Hickler. I like her because, okay, she has a past. She had a prison tattoo. Michonne sniffed her out, could tell she was lying. She was hiding a knife in her belt buckle. She was hiding a knife in her necklace. So she's clearly somebody who's been through some shit. She's done some shit, and she's willing to do shit, whatever she has to do to survive. So I'm interested by her. I want to get to know her more. I understand her point of view of not wanting to go back out there, so she was ready and willing to go and handle Michonne and do what she had to do. But then when she sees that Michonne has a son, what? So before Rick died and he talked to Michonne about, hey, we should have a kid together, I guess he impregnated her because she has a 5 or 6-year-old son. And that was a surprise. That was a big surprise. Judith has a younger brother now. And also the conversation that Judith had with Michonne about, you know, forgetting the voices of her dad and her brother. Like, she was so young when she knew them that now it's so much time removed. And that's sad to think about that. But I hope that somehow, some way, we can keep that presence alive for her. You saw at some point she's doing math homework and talking to Negan, who's still in that prison cell. I don't know how I feel about it. They try to make Negan, he's far away from that broken shell of a man we saw last we saw him. He seems more with life. He seems at least happy to talk to somebody. Judith, a little kid again. He had a special bond with Carl, so maybe he's trying to do that as well through her. It just seems odd that they've kept this guy in a cell for 6 years. I'm not saying he didn't do enough to cause that sentence. It's just weird that it's like, oh yeah, the guy who's been down there in the cell, he's still down there all this time. It's just, how do we go about this? What is the show trying to do with Negan? Are they trying to make him redeemable? I don't think I can think of him that way or forgive him for what he did to Glenn and Abraham and so many other people along the way, but they're probably going to try. Let's talk about Carol and Ezekiel. They've gotten married in this 6 years, and they've also adopted that kid Henry, which instantly when I saw the new actor playing Henry, he's a little older, I thought, wow, that young actor who was Henry is probably pissed off. What the hell? You guys do a time jump and now I'm out of a job? Well, Carol has long gray hair, so that's a little weird. I gotta get used to that. But when they go out and they get cut off and tricked by those ex-savior people, I thought to myself, they're still around? Really? We're gonna deal with these guys? And they just so conveniently, just now, after all these years, run into them. They steal their stuff. Even the main dude stole her ring, which was bullshit. You don't need that to survive, so you're just being a dick just to be a dick. But I loved that Carol went back and burned them alive. I mean, it's vicious, it's brutal, sure, but it was the old Carol. It was nice to see the old Carol who said, fuck this shit, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make sure that doesn't happen again. She's looking at Henry as her son, somebody to protect. And so I like that. I appreciated that. And Gabriel and Rosita are a couple now. Whoa, what? That was very weird seeing them kiss. It was weird when Gabriel hooked up with Anne, Jadis, in those earlier episodes, but now he's with her, and I just, like, sure, fine, she's moved on from Abraham, it makes sense. I just wouldn't have ever pictured her ending up with this guy. But okay, fine. Her and Eugene are going out and they're trying to get some signal out there, and walkers show up, this huge pack of them, and Eugene hurts himself, of course. So as they're going away, he's starting to give up. He thinks he's holding her back. He says he was going to tell her something, but he didn't get to say it because she said, shut up and let's go, don't make it weird. I think she knew as well. I'm pretty sure it's that he has feelings for her. Surprise, surprise. But we get the moment where they go down into this ditch and they put mud all over them, and then they hear the walkers talk. Where are they? How did they get away? That's what I heard. Maybe they said more. Maybe you heard something different. Now, I know what this is. I know it's the Whisperers. I know it's people wearing walker's skin and guts, and they're pretending to be walkers. They're traveling in a pack with walkers. I know, you don't have to explain it to me, but thank God I know this. Because if I didn't know this, and if I was just watching this and thinking the walkers are evolving now and they're talking, I would have hated it oh so much. I would have crapped all over it. I would have said, this sucks. I probably would have stopped watching the show. Not exaggerating. The idea of walkers talking and like that sounds so dumb to me that I'm glad it is something different. I'm glad that it's going to be something. I'm interested to see how we're going to find this out and what they're going to do with a group like this, because from what I hear, they're pretty brutal. So guys, so far I find it pretty interesting. This time jump, I think, has refreshed the show. We've closed up some gaps from the earlier episodes and we're moving forward. So I like that progression. We'll see if it sticks. I did miss Rick, though, as a presence. We saw Daryl only in spades, so I don't know how much of a big presence he'll make. I don't know what happened to Maggie, because I'm pretty sure that actress left the show as well. So I don't know what that explanation is going to be. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of The Walking Dead 6 years later with this time jump? Do you think it works? Are you enjoying it? Or are you saying to yourself, there's nothing that the show can do to make you come back? You're gone for good. You don't care about any of it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!